Hello, it is I, Some Guy on YouTube, and welcome to Some Guy Talks Topics. And tell me, what is your favorite game and why? Yeah, that's great. Anyway, if I were to tell you what my favorite game of all time would be, it would be Woobo Definitive Edition. But Portal would be an extremely close second. Portal is, without a doubt, one of the greatest video games of all time. Originally in the orange box, added as a way of saying sorry for taking so long on making Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Portal blew up in a way that nobody, not even Valve, thought would happen. Because of this, eventually in 2011, we got a sequel, entitled Portal 2, which had more levels, more fun gimmicks, a level editor, and a cooperative mode. Because of all this, it's safe to say that Portal 2 is just as good, or maybe even better, than the original. But before Portal 2 was released, in 2008, Valve decided to release Portal Still Alive exclusively for the Xbox 360 on the Xbox Live Arcade. Now, on the surface, Portal Still Alive is just a version of Portal on the Xbox. However, there are some extra things in this version that are exclusive to the Xbox 360 version of this game. So without further ado, let's see if I can justify my purchase of Portal Still Alive. Now, while Portal Still Alive has its differences from the original, it still is Portal. So I'm going to go over the history of Portal really quickly. And by me, I mean Mr. Conductor, because I can't be bothered to. So, without further ado, here's the explanation of Portal from the one, the only, Mr. Conductor!
I just realized my Microsoft this entire time. God damn it. Getting real sick of this. Alright. In 2005, Nebula Drop was shown off at the DigiPen Institution of Technology Career Fair. Robert Walker, a developer at Valve, eventually saw the game and was fully impressed with what he was shown. Afterwards, he contacted the team and offered to show the game to Valve. After presenting the information to Valve offices, Gabe Newell, the president of Valve, offered the team jobs to continue working on their future game. Lots of elements were retained from Nebula Drop, such as the unique portal colors for each portal. However, things like being able to shoot portals through portals and the setting being in a dungeon were changed. And 2 years and 4 months later, we got the game we all love, Portal.
Alright, thanks for your time, bye-bye now! So yeah, Portal was made by a team of mostly 10 people in about 2 years, which is why the game takes roughly about 3 hours to complete. But despite its short length, Portal still gives you a lot of great things to offer. One of the great things that Portal has to offer is its writing, which is done by Eric Wolpaw and Chet Falizek. I really hope I did that right. The main story of Portal is simple. You play as Shell, a test subject who just woke up from a nice deep sleep, but now is told to solve various puzzles using the glorious Aperture Science handheld portal device by the AI mastermind GLaDOS, with the promise of getting cake at the end. But, spoiler alert, it doesn't actually exist. With this revelation in mind, you escape the test chambers and head to where GLaDOS is to get your revenge. So, basically, just another weekend, am I right? Like and subscribe, I'm desperate. Overall, while the story isn't groundbreaking, it doesn't really need to be, as it's grounded just enough for everything to feel connected and understandable. Plus, another thing that helps is the exceptionally witty dialogue, which is masterfully written and adds a lot of character to the game. But of course, the story of Portal is just a side dish. The real meat and potatoes of Portal is its puzzles and gameplay, which are some of the best puzzles in any puzzle platform. The first dozen levels in Portal almost act as a tutorial, teaching you the basics of how the game works. The game is designed in a way that makes it feel natural and essential to the game, and not in a way that makes you yearn to get into the action. And then after you get the dual Aperture Science handheld portal device, you go on to test chambers 13 through 18, which have some of the best designed levels that I've seen in a puzzle platform. It requires some brain functionality to get through, of course. Sorry, Grass, there's always Genshin Impact. But you never have to think too hard about a puzzle. You never feel like you don't know what to do. It all feels seamless and, hold on a second. Clear. Oh, and of course, how could I forget about the soundtrack? The soundtrack hits about as hard as a freight train. We of course got the classic, but we also have and 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 of course, the all-time classic by Jonathan Coulton.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note.
In the end, all of the things I mentioned, the dialogue, the gameplay, and the soundtrack make Portal one of the greatest games of all time. My only nitpick is that Portal is pretty short, being only about 3 hours long. But like I said, that's more of a nitpick than an actual complaint. And its length doesn't affect how great of a game this is. Yeah, we get it. Portal is a good game. Now can you talk about the one on the Xbox 360? Why, of course. Oh, finally! Right after we talk about Portal the Flash version. Okay, I know this seems like I'm losing track of the video, but trust me, this is relevant. After the game Portal was announced, Mazulski and Idotal decided, as the definitive Valve fanboys that they were, to make their own version of the game in 2D, just for themselves. However, after realizing how much fun the game was, and some peer pressure from close friends, they released Portal the Flash version on Newgrounds and Armor Games on October 9th, 2007. In terms of a story, there really isn't much of one. You are test subject 15837 and must complete 40 test chambers. And once you've completed all 40 test chambers, spoilers, you obtain a piece of cake and enter the door to your right, which I assume leads to the Aperture Borealis. I assume this because there is a picture of a boat near the door you exit. But I mean, that's just a theory. The main thing to look at about this game is its gameplay and puzzles. There are over 40 levels in the game, and most are quite challenging and feel on par with the levels in Portal. But some aren't all that perfect, but they're still decent nevertheless. Plus, there are some new mechanics in game, like walls you can't go through but can shoot portals through, and little holes in the wall, which do the same thing as the walls you can't go through, but now your placement of portals are limited. Hell, some of these mechanics made it into Portal 2. Some didn't, but even so, they're all really solid. Plus, the soundtrack is really good. It doesn't hit like a train in my opinion, but it does hit like a runaway car. We have songs like as well as and no, that's it. So, with all this in mind, I'd say that Portal the Flash version is fairly good. I don't think it's as good as Portal though. Portal has a better soundtrack, plus more of a story to go through. Portal the Flash version does have more chambers than Portal, but I don't feel they're as memorable as Portal's chambers. But even if it isn't as good as the original Portal, it still is a really good game overall. It's also worth noting that Portal the Flash version was widely popular. So popular, in fact, that it got a 3D map pack released on May 4th, 2008, which is relevant for what I'm going to say next. Okay, now we can talk about all the new stuff in the re-release. So, without further ado, the new content available in Portal Still Alive is those map packs I was talking about a second ago. Yes, so Valve bought out the rights to the map pack and put about 14 of the maps on the standalone expansion. And you might be asking, how are the levels in this expansion? They're fine. Since the levels in the map pack are similar to the levels in Portal the Flash version, albeit with differences so that it fits into 3D, I feel the same with these levels as I do for the levels in Portal the Flash version. Which is to say that they're good, but are janky and aren't as fleshed out as they could be. But still, you get 14 levels included that are updated to have little challenges that you can go for, which is a pretty neat addition. But that's not all. This expansion also adds one new thing, and it's achievements. Yeah, achievements. You know, those digital medallions that you get for completing some specific thing that is tied to it and are there to evoke a feeling of accomplishment inside the person playing, so they keep playing the game to complete everything so they get all the achievements. Yeah, those things. See, both Portal and Portal Still Alive have achievements, but both have vastly different achievements from one another. For instance, Portal has 15 achievements. 4 of them are unlocked through the story mode, 2 are unlocked from going through portals over and over again, 2 have you doing something a certain number of times like detaching cameras and finding radios, 1 has you knock over a random turret with another turret, pretty random honestly, 3 have you beat a certain number of advanced test chambers, and the last 3 they suck. They suck. I hate them. Then you have Portal Still Alive, which only has 12 achievements, and is so much easier than Portal's achievements. Not because there are less, god no. A game like the Henry Stickmin Collection has over 82 achievements, but is way easier to 100% complete than, say, Lunastice, which only has 22 achievements. I beat them both, by the way. And, I'm getting off topic, sorry. In terms of what the achievements are, 3 are similar to the Advanced Test Chamber achievements in Portal, but now you have to complete the Still Alive map pack alongside the Advanced Test Chambers. 1 is similar to but you only have to do 1 of them. Just 1. Might I recommend Test Chamber 14. 6 have you do random objectives like finding all the rat dens or hitting a turret with a camera. And the last 2, which are the hardest, have you beating the game doing certain things, like not getting shot, or only going through the orange portals and out of the blue, let it come true, forever young, I wanna be forever young. But even if some of the achievements are difficult to get, they're still much easier to get than the ones in Portal. But different or not, I beat them both, because I'm just such an epic gamer, let me tell you. And I'll do it again for 1,000 likes.
This was a triumph.
So, after all that was said, do I recommend you purchase Portal Still Alive?
It's hard to
Okay, so, Portal Still Alive costs about $15. The original Portal on Steam costs about $10, not including when it goes on sale, then, whew, man. And then the map pack levels that are in Portal Still Alive are free to download. Of course, this is just on the PC, but even on console, you get the orange box for just a little more money and get 4 of the greatest games of all time included with Portal. But if you only want Portal and not have any more games, I'd say you should just wait for this to go on sale. Then yeah, I'd say it's worth it. So once again, thanks for watching Some Guy Talks Topics, and to conclude this video, screw gold medal challenges, they can suck my...
I've come back from my revenge. Wait, no, please don't end the video.